What are the consequences of executive overreach on the rule of law? Imagine a government where the leader can make decisions without checking with Congress or following court rulings. That's what happens when executive overreach occurs. It's when the president or the administration goes beyond their legal powers. This can cause big problems for the rule of law, which is the idea that everyone must follow the law, including those in power. One major issue is the erosion of the separation of powers. The United States Constitution sets up 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. Each has its own role. When the executive branch oversteps, it takes powers meant for Congress or the courts. For example, if the president refuses to enforce laws passed by Congress or ignores court orders, it breaks this balance. This weakens the system designed to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. Another consequence is the undermining of judicial authority. Courts are meant to review actions to ensure they follow the Constitution. When the executive challenges or ignores court rulings, it weakens the court's role. This can lead to situations where unlawful orders are carried out, and the court's ability to check the executive is diminished. Public trust in the courts can also suffer when they see their decisions being ignored. Legal uncertainty is another issue. When executive actions go beyond what the law allows, it creates confusion. Courts then have to interpret conflicting directives. For example, if an executive order contradicts existing laws or court decisions, courts must decide which to follow. This can slow down justice and make it harder for people to know what rules apply. Executive overreach can also threaten individual rights. The Constitution guarantees protections for civil liberties. When the executive acts without proper legal authority, it can violate these rights. Courtrooms often become battlegrounds where such violations are challenged. For instance, attempts to change immigration policies or restrict freedoms without proper legal backing lead to lawsuits and judicial intervention. Accountability and transparency are also at risk. The rule of law depends on government actions being open and answerable. When the executive bypasses legislative processes or hides information, it becomes harder for courts and the public to hold officials responsible. This can lead to unchecked power and less trust in government. The rise in lawsuits is another result. When executive actions are challenged as unlawful, courts face more cases. This increases their workload and requires careful legal analysis. Important decisions are made in these cases, clarifying what the executive can and cannot do. Finally, persistent overreach can cause constitutional crises. When the branches clash over power, courts may need to step in to resolve disputes about who has the final say. This can lead to institutional conflicts and make people lose faith in the legal system. In courtrooms, judges may issue orders to stop unlawful executive actions or interpret the limits of presidential power. These decisions help keep the balance and protect the rule of law. They also ensure that government actions stay within legal boundaries, maintaining the integrity of the legal system. When executive overreach happens, courts play a vital role in checking it and keeping the government accountable.